Hi, welcome back to our third tutorial. In this tutorial, we want to learn how to create a query and also to generate a report. For the past tutorials, we've learned how to create a table and how to create a form. Now we want to go ahead by also learning a new thing called query. And based on the query, we are going to learn how to generate a report. So without wasting much time, let us go straight to the practical. Right, so now before you create a query, you have to get some tables being created already, because you're going to create a query based on the table. Okay, right, so you have to get some tables. So I have two tables, that is TBL student and TBL product. I can query from any of these tables. Alright, now when it comes to query, we have two types of query using Microsoft Access. We have what we call the query design and a query wizard. That is the query wizard and the query design. That are the two major queries that we have here. So you want to also learn how each of them respond based on what you want to learn, and to know which one is better than the other one in terms of querying the data. Right, queries are just inquiries or commands, or questions you ask from a system, the database. Right, now let's go straight to our practical. So now we're going to learn how to use the queries, and based on the query we're going to generate a report. So let us start with what you call the query wizard. Alright, so go to the query wizard, click on it, then it will appear this way. So you see new query. We have four options in the query wizard: a simple query wizard, cross tab query wizard, find duplicate query wizard, find or match query wizard. Now you just want to learn how to run a simple query wizard. So you realize that the option or the first one is being highlighted. That's the first option. So maintain it that way, and let's click on OK. Now when you click on OK, you see a new dialog box on your screen that has several parts. Okay, right, this left side here, you realize that there are fields name or attributes of a particular entity. Okay, and these are places that you can select some of the attributes and place them there, the one that you want to run the query from, or the one that you want to query. Okay, right, now we have the default table name as TBL student. Okay, you can have several tables in your query list. Okay, as you can see over here, I have two tables, so I can see TBL student and TBL products. Okay, right, now I want to run a query on the TBL student. Okay, meaning that I want to select some fields and leave the others. Okay, right, when your lecturer even tells you that, please, I want the list of student name, gender and age, then it means that the lecturer only wants the student name, gender and age. If you add the level, date of birth, it is not necessary for the lecturer. He or she wants only your student name, gender and age. So that is what the lecturer is demanding, and that's what you must query for. Right, so based on that, you want to select the query, that is the student name, gender and age. So I have the name, click on this greater than sign arrow to be placed in the list. I have the gender, and I have the age, click on it to place on the list. So in this one we have the student name, gender and age, all placed in the list. Right, now once you have the list being selected, okay, just click on the next option for the next option. Alright, click on next, like as the way I've done on the screen here. Right, then also you see this dialog box on your screen. Okay, details show every field of records, you don't need it, so you click on next. Then what title do you want for your query? So the system wants to know the title for your query. Now as you know, the query takes the name of the table, the prefix of the table. So you see TBL student query. Now it's a query, so query we also have its own prefix. So query we normally use kill QRY for query. So QRY underscore student. That's all the student query. Then when you are done, just click on finish. Good. So you realize that we have only what the student name, gender and age selected from the list of the table that we have there, or from the TBO student table. It means that you have selected some field and leave the rest. And you also realize that at your left side you see a queries, a new option query here being added to the platform as query. Yes, so it means you created a query from the selected table student. So you have these queries as you can see here. Right, so now based on the queries, what we are going to do is that we are going to generate a report, because you have to get your query before you generate a report. So once you have our query, now you can generate a report. Right, so you go to report like this. At the top here you have the tables query forms a report. Click on report, then the report will come out this way, as you can see. So you see the date of the report, the student name, gender and age. Alright, now once the report is being opened, what you can do is that you can also do some changes or change the name of the report. As you can see here, you can see QR student, because the report was generated from the query. So but this is not a query, it's a report, so you have to change the name here. And also you realize that there are additional report layout tabs here, because once you open a report you see additional tabs being added. You have the arrange, format, page setup. That is, if you want to print a report, you have to set the page and margin so that everything will come out successfully from the printer. Alright, so now let's try and then change the title of the report, because this is not a query, even though it came out from the query, but I have to change the name of the report. So let's click on it like this, and let's say student list report. Alright, you can also click on it, go to the arrange or format, then change the style of the writing. I just center it like this way. You can bold it, the report, or change whatever I want to do as the way. Just change the format or select any style that will make your report very nice. Then you can now even pull it more so that the report will come somewhere here. Alright, good. Now there's something that you must know. If you want to print this report, there's something called a print zone. You see a 10 line like this over here. Okay, all your stabs, your report information should be within this line, 10 line here. If you have some tables or more attributes here and it goes above this line, or some comes here, when you are printing, the part that is in the print zone, this side, it is the only part that will come. The rest will never come. So you have to be careful. So if you have a table, for instance like this, and I open this one and it goes above this, it comes here, this is the print line. It should be in between the print zone. When it passes above this print line here and it comes here, when I print, this part will be truncated off. It will not come, which means that it's not part of the print zone. The print zone is from here, this line up to this side. Alright, so let me close it small so that it all comes in the print zone. So this is what's your report. When you are done, try and change the name of the report, because it took, the report was generated from the query. So right click on it, click on save, then you say change it. So report, you have RPT as report, RPT, that's the prefix, RPT, and the name, for instance, student. then click on OK. So once you are done, you realize that the query is here, report to has come here. So it means you have your table, form, query, and report. When you are done, just right click on this. When you are done, okay, just put the report on the report view. Now when it comes to the report, it also has what we call 4 views. Unlike the form, we have 3 views. Report has the report view, layout view, design view, and print view. Okay, the print view ensures that the report is well aligned in the print zone, so that you don't print some part off. Okay, right. So when the report is ready, just click on the report, then you see everything now working correctly. So when you add a new data, for instance, I have about 15 records here now. 15 records now. Yeah. Okay, now let me go back to my table, TBL student here, and let me add another person and see whether that person will come to the report. So I have this number. Okay, then I have Yao Kisi here. Kisi is a male, 22 years. Then level 200. So I have a date of birth. Let me just choose any date for date of birth. Yes, good. Then I just click on save. So I save it like this. So I have IRKC now. Now let me go to my report. Whether I see IRKC here, IRKC is not part here. So what I do is I just go to the top here. You see a refresh here. Refresh the table automatically. And once you refresh, you realize that the data now becomes 16, and IRKC will appear somewhere in the middle or will come beneath it. So you can see how it works. So when you add new data, you're going to generate the report. You're not supposed to create the report again. Once it's been created, whenever you add new data, it just appears in the report. Alright, so this is how we create a query and how to generate a report. Alright, now one limitation of using query wizard is that sometimes it does not give you the chance to select some options in your table. For instance, if I want to select all females students in the table or all students in level 100 or 400, how do I do that? When I go to the query wizard like this, click on it, then it appears and I click on OK. It gives me the chance to only select some fields and leave the others, but doesn't give you the option to select only female students or only students in level 100. So you realize that when you have this way, then the query wizard is not going to help us to do that. The only one that can help us is the query design. So now let's see how to use the query design and see how to also get more options in the query design and run a query for our reports. Alright, so I'll close it. Then let's come to query design. So click on the query design. Then click on the query design. This is what you see. It's a query. It's a new platform you see at the query design. So we have to home, create, external data, database, and query to design. Alright, now you see a box open your screen indicating that which of the tables you want to select. When you have only one table, you just have to just click on the only table. I have 2, but I want to choose only one table to do the query. Alright, so I will select the student and I just click on add, so it will be added to the platform right here. So I click on the close button. Right, so I have this here. Now once I have this here, now it means that now I can run my query. Now when you come down here, you realize that I have what they call field name as the name of the field. Yeah, we have table, we have sort, we have show, we have criteria, and we have all. We can do a lot of things here. Okay, now let's select the same fields we selected using the query wizard over here. So this is the field, the first side. We go to field. So I'll select the field name. The first name was the student name that we selected. Then I think the gender also. I think we use, I don't know what I use, the age. Alright, so you have the student name, gender, and age. You realize that it has been ticked. Whatever you add, it must, if you want to include them in the query, you have to make sure that it's ticked. Okay, then when you are done with this table, okay, of these selected fields, just go to run query over here like this, then click on it, then to bring that same fields for you. You see, so this is what query 1, that same fields for you to see. Realize that, so it can do the same thing as the query wizard can also do. Okay, now what this one can do that the wizard cannot do is what we have to learn now. So let me go back to the view design, click here, go to the query design, back to the table. Okay, now this where we want to see what to do. Okay, now what if now we want to select female students? You want to select only female students from the table. That is what the wizard cannot help us, so the design can help us now. So over here we have the sort. You can sort the data into ascending order or descending order, or how you want it to be. So all be ascending order or descending order. Right, now the criteria here gives you what you want to do or the option you want to select. Okay, for instance, let me just first run and see, run this one. Good, now I have the male and female as it is here. Okay, right, and the criteria is that I want to select only the female student in the, or print out a report of only female student. How do I do that? Alright, so let me just make sure I have the same spelling of female for the option. If I change anything here, it will not come. Okay, for instance. Alright, so look at, let me just copy this one, copy, then go back to the design view here, and I want to select name, gender. But the gender, I want to select only female students, so just click on paste here, paste only female students. So when you paste and click somewhere, you see it being quoted, meaning that the system should select only female students for you. So I'll go back to my run here, click on it, rather what, okay, so you can see it has selected only the female students from the system. So this time that it did not include the males. So that is why we say that the query design is much more powerful than the query wizard, because the query design helps you to select some options in the table. Alright, so now let's go back again, go click on view to go back there. Okay, good. Let me click on this option away and run and see whether everything is back now. Yes, so all is back now. Okay, right, so let me go back again. Now I can also select another query here or criteria here, where for instance I want those age more than 30 years. So I click on age greater than 30 years here, click on this and click on somewhere. Now when I deal with numbers, it doesn't quote it, like the gender female where you see it being quoted, number doesn't quote it. So just put greater than 30, meaning that I want the age that are more than 30. So just go back to your run here, click on the run, so these are people that have age more than 30 in the system. So I can ask you, print female students that are age or of age more than 30. That means I want only female students that have age more than 30. In that case, you have to use a query design to help you. Alright, so let me go back right now. Okay, so I believe you understand how to use the query design. It gives you more things to do compared to the query wizard. You can select more options in the query design as compared to the query wizard. So that's how we run simple queries database, right? Alright, so now let's also learn how to use or how to do some mathematical calculations on query. So add a product table. I have a new table called product that has some kind of mathematical values inside. So I'll close it like this. Then now let's see, let us check the table first whether all my fields are in there. So once I add a table to this platform, it will activate this cell so that I can select which fields that I want. So I'll go to select the product ID, click on next one to select the product name, click on the next one to select the product the cost price, and the next one to select the selling price. So I have all these 4 fields or attributes in the table TBL products. So let me just run and see how it will also look there. Remember that we are using a query design, so run it. So this is my table. Okay, right. Now I want to calculate the profit of this table. How do I do that? So that I will see a new table being added over here as profit. Mind that when a new field is being added here, that field will never be on the main table that you've designed. It's just a new calculation you are adding up to, and you can create a report based on these new calculations, so that every time you add new data or enter new values or records into the table, the query to be updated and the report will also be updated. That is how it works over here. Okay, so you not see the new fields created here being added to the main table. You not see that way. Okay, but when you update the table, it will reflect on the query and to reflect on the report as we did to the student own. Alright, so now let's continue. What you are going to do now is to do some calculations on it. You want to compute a profit, so that you can see a profit somewhere here. Alright, so let me go back to the main design. Okay, right. Now I want to calculate a profit, a new field added to the main field as profit. So what I'll do is that let's type the name of the field that I want it to be appear, or the name of the attribute I want it to be appear at the table or on the table. So profit. When you type the profits, just right click on the cell, click on this side, right click on it. Okay, you see build. Okay, click after typing the profit in this way, right click on your mouse, then you see build, click on the build. Okay, build, you see the profit here. Okay, now let's do this. Follow it very carefully. Bring column, not semicolon, it's column, 2 dots, top column, just 1 column. Okay, then what do you want to do? Now let's go to the table I want to select. Okay, so I'll go to the table, my table, click on this drop down list here, table. I have my tables here, my form and report here. Let me go to my table. I have 2 tables, as you can see, or you realize earlier on. So I want to do calculation on the product table, so TBA product. So click on it, and I will see all the attributes or the fields in that table. Okay, right. What do I want to do? I want to find the profit, and profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. So I'll double click on this one, selling price, then to come on this, come to appear on this platform, the field here. Okay, then minus sign on the keyboard, then minus the cost price. Click on it and to come this way. Alright, now when you are done, there is a new thing here called SPR8. Make sure you clean it, otherwise it's not work. Clean on it, clean this one, clean it. Then okay, so you have profit here, selling price minus cost price. You see TBA products here, selling price, because this selling price is coming from a table name called TBA product. That is why the product table product here is here. Okay, alright, so now click on OK. Then you see what profit as this over here is a new field created. Okay, now let's run and see whether it will work. Wow, it worked. It worked here by here. So as I can see our profit. That is what this. When you see a bracket here, it means there was a loss, meaning that the selling price was lower than the cost price. So as you can see over here, this is the cost price 780, and the person is selling at 740, meaning that there's going to be a loss or a loss. Yes. So once you see negative bracket here, it means negative. It means that there's a loss over here. It also applies to this one too. You see a bracket here, a loss here. Okay, it means that the person selling the product realize that if it doesn't reduce the product at a very minimal price, nobody will buy. So the best thing is to what we do the product, even though he pays the product at a high cost, but he or she has no option. Okay, right. So this is how to calculate the profit as a new table, and based on this query table here, I can even generate a report. Based on this, I can generate a new report. So let me just save this one, query, new query, save as a product query QRY product. Let me make underscore R like a report. Then click on product query. Okay, query one rather. Okay, then I click on OK. So I'll see product query here. Okay, now I want to create a report. Well, before you create a report, you make sure that the query is being open like this. If you close the query here, the report will be created from the main table. So make sure that you click the query like this, or double click on it to open first before you go to your report. So you go to create, locate report over here, then click on it. So you can see product name, cost price, selling price, and a new profit here. Okay, and all these things falls within the print zone. You see, this is the print line. Okay, anything above here will not be printed, so it must fit into the print zone. So at times you have your fields as big as this way, like this. Okay, make sure that you close it small. You close it, or close your fields like this, close it, so that it will be inside the print zone. Okay, right. Now this is my product table, as you can see now. Right. Okay, now if I have to just save my report, I mean it's a report now, I have to save my report, but the report takes the query name. So let me just click on here, go to save as, save, then make it a report, RPT the product, any name that I want to give to the report, but make sure you have the prefix coming, and click on OK. Then try to change the name because this is not a query, so it's a report. So just double click on it, then just say employees or product report. Then you are done. You can now just bold it, or we go to the format here, just bold it, make it the center, and that is all. So that's how you create a report based on a query. So whatever you do, you see the name being written here at the left side, that is the component. Okay, so this one, if I add a new product and I come and refresh it here, it will tell me the profit and to tell me the product information. Yes, so let me just go and try and see. Let me go back to the table here. A table, I won't see any profits because the profit was not created on the table. So let me just add a new product, maybe another, for instance, another car bill with a different price. This time this car bill maybe is 3,000. Okay, then I'm selling it maybe 4,000. Yeah, okay, so just save it, then go back to your report, product report, and let's see what I to come. Okay, so it is not here, so let's remember that you have to change the report to the report view before everything will work. So report view. Okay, so let me just refresh it, and you see car bill 3,000, 4,000 selling price, and now is what profit is, what 1,000 cedis. So I can see there. So this is how to just do a simple query with a simple report in Microsoft Access. Thank you, and I believe you enjoyed it.